Hey guys, it's Jeff from Press Your Luck. Now, I was in my happy place the other day, aka Costco, or really any wholesale club, and I was shopping, and I always peruse the little take and bake section they have, you know what I mean? Like they have like a chicken pot pie seasonally, they have like a ravioli lasagna, and they have a pasta that looks a lot like my sausage and shells, except it has like orecchiette, which is like little ears, little frisbees, and sausage and tomatoes and spinach, and it's in like a winey garlic parmesan sauce. It's very similar to my sausage and shells actually, but I figured let me try this thing, and I'll tell you something right now, it's delicious. It's not quite as rich as a sausage and shells, which I'll always love forever, and I'm always gonna be unapologetic to how rich that wonderful pasta dish is, but this one is more wine heavy in the sauce. So I said to myself, I'm gonna make this. And not only am I gonna make this in the Instant Pot, but I'm gonna do it in 10 ingredients or less. Forget all the stuff I see on the label there. This is just gonna be 10 ingredients or less. And we're gonna go right to the Instant Pot and make what I'm gonna call Wholesale Club Pasta. Because why not? Let's do it. So this recipe is gonna begin with some sausage. And for this, I got 2 1-pound packs, or 2 pounds total, of like the sweet and hot mix, although you can just use sweet or just hot, or you can mix them, which by the way, I'm so confused why like the Premium brand like does 4 sweet and 2 hot and not 3 and 3. That is just crazy for me and totally throws off my perfectionist like counting situation. I don't know what's going on, but whatever, I'll deal with it. Now here's a little tip for you. It's so much easier to slice sausage when you pop it in the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes for it to firm up a bit. This way when you cut into it, it's not gonna get like all smushed and like the casing will fall off and the meat squishes out. And it's just better when you freeze it up ahead of time. So what I want to do is I want to slice these into pieces. And there we go, sliced into about a 1/2 inch pieces, or you know, about 4 slices per length. And you know, in this situation, you see how nicely they cut? Like I said, freezing it really helps. All right, now let's move on. To my Instant Pot, I'm gonna add in 4 tablespoons or a 1/2 stick of salted butter and give it some heat. Now, the display on this model is literally like a mirror. It's that shiny you can see a reflection. It's actually kind of hard to see on camera. So I probably won't use this one that much on camera because it's hard to read. But what I want to do here is I want to hit the saute button and make sure I'm on the high setting. You just adjust that by tapping this. You can either go to a custom temperature or you can go to low or a high. There's no medium. So if you want to be medium, you go to like the custom and set it for that. But I always saute it high for the most part, like 99.9% of the time. And because this has a start button, I have to hit that to get going. And once my butter is melted and sizzling, I'm going to add in my sausage, along with 9 cloves, or 3 tablespoons of crushed or minced garlic. And I'm going to saute this for about 3 to 5 minutes in the pot, just until my sausage is a bit brown. It's not going to be fully cooked at this point, just lightly brown. Alright, after about 3 minutes of sauteing, we're totally good to go here. Now I want to add in 1.5 cups of a dry white wine, like a Chardonnay or a Sauvignon Blanc. And yes, I know that sounds like a lot, but this is a wine-based sauce. Along with 1.5 cups of any broth of your choice. In this situation, I'm using garlic broth, but you can use chicken broth, you can use vegetable broth, whatever you want. If you don't want to use the wine, simply use 3 cups of the broth. I'm also going to add in 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, and we'll stir that up in the pot. Time to add in that pasta. For this, I am using orecchiette because Costco uses the orecchiette. But honestly, I love it also. I use it in a few of my other recipes. It's like a little frisbee type pasta. Looks like a little ear. One of those little toys you push down in the middle and they go boop, you know, when they pop up. Put that in the pot, just like this. Now don't stir it in. There's already a lot going on in that pot with all the sausage. We're just gonna kind of smooth it down with a mixing spoon or a spatula, just like so. It's okay if it's not going to be fully covered by the broth, it's going to cook wonderfully. Now I want to add in about 10 ounces of some cherry or grape tomatoes, and you can always add more if you want to add more, that's totally fine. And about 5 to 8 ounces of some baby spinach. Just top it off in the pot. Spinach in general cooks down to absolutely nothing, it completely wilts away, so don't worry if it's coming up to the brim. And that's it. We have all the ingredients that this recipe calls for. Well, except one, and that'll be added at the very end. But we're ready to put our lid on and pressure cook. So let's secure it. So I just secured the lid of the pot as we saw, and because it's still in saute mode, it's saying lid flashing, meaning you have a lid on me, take me off because you're sauteing, or I might come to pressure because a lot of steam's coming out of there and, you know, bubbling. So what I want to do is I want to hit the cancel button. That's what I want to do now, and then I'll just go back to my home base. I can do it at any Instant Pot, and I'm going to hit the pressure cook button, and I want to go for 6 minutes at high pressure. To change the time, you simply tap where you want to go. In this case, the right side is the minutes, and I use a little wheel here to like spin it to what I want it to be. In terms of pressure level, you can just hit this, either low, high, or max. I always just do high pressure. So look at this, guys. The interesting thing, like on the Instant Pot Max model, the release is all done automatically through the pot. You don't have to ever touch it. So in this situation, I want it to be under quick. It's going to be a quick release when it's done. It could be natural. It could be pulse, meaning it goes tss, tss, like a controlled release, or a quick release. So 6 minutes, quick release at high pressure. And now the pressure cooking cycle is complete. And you see that? It's automatically going to start releasing the steam. And the pin just dropped. And there's actually no physical pin to see on the Pro Plus. Instead, you have this little indicator here that will show you that the lid is still locked. So when that goes off, that means you can unlock the lid. So now we're gonna open up our lid here. And there we go. And now I'm gonna give my pot a good old-fashioned stir here. This pasta is perfectly starchy, which I love, and it really, really gets everything nice and going here. With all the broth and wine we put in there, you see there's not a whole lot left going on in the pot. It's just created this wonderful foundation for the perfect sauce. All right, guys, one final touch, and that's gonna be some Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna add in between a half to a whole cup. It's completely up to you what you wanna do. Start with a half, and if you want more, you add more. And we'll stir it into the mix here. And my friends, here we have it, Wholesale Club Pasta. All right, now it's time to plate this masterpiece up, or I should say bowl it up. Spinach and perfect pasta and sausage. Some of that tomato. The tomatoes are gonna burst, by the way, as they should. Releasing that sweet, tomatoey, juicy flavor. And I hate raw tomatoes, but I love them when they burst in my food. And all right, guys, that's it. Yeah, all right, maybe just a little bit more. And that, my friends, is Wholesale Club Pasta. We are ready to serve that up. Look at this little thing ruining my shot. Let's do it. And here it is, guys. Just like the stuff I'd get from Costco. Let's give it a try. Look at that. Ooh, the sausage is rolling off the fork. It tastes identical for the most part to that pasta. Except this one's a little bit better. Look, what do you want me to say? It's marketing. It's amazing. I would actually only use a half a cup of the Parmesan. You could always add more if you want, but I feel like it's the perfect amount. The sauce is the perfect consistency. This pasta, it's not unlike my sausage and shells, like I said before. It's actually, if anything, a little bit less rich. It doesn't have like the boursin in there, or some cream. Oh, and I love orecchiette. It's almost like a little dumpling pasta, like a gnocchi, like melts in your mouth. It's so fabulous. The perfect bite to it. It's a lovely pasta. And it rolls off the tongue real nice. This is insane. And only like 10 ingredients or less. 10 ingredients or less. Hey Richard, here is some pasta for you. This is Wholesale Club Pasta. The stuff you'd find at Costco that you just take and bake. Okay. But I did my own version of it. So tell me what you think.
What was that so funny?
Because the way you go.
Oh, try not to
burn your mouth.
It's very good. It's very hot. Give it to me with it. Super hot.
Yeah.
It's very, very tasty.
Yeah. As it, you can, at the base of the, can you tell what the base of the sauce is?
Broth.
See that? If you're not a wine drinker, you won't even know what.
Oh, wine.
It's white wine, dry white wine. I use like a Sauvignon Blanc, I think. Or Chardonnay will work just fine too. Don't use cooking wine. They use like the stuff you get in the store. It could be cheap though. So you approve.
So it's taken fake? You call it that?
Why would it be fake? This is like better than the real stuff.
No, it's like faux. Like you're improving their... I don't know.
No, I look, with all respect, Costco's my happy place. This is my Disneyland. I love their take and bakes all the time. I can live off of them. But yeah, I feel like this probably has, I can see what I put in this versus I'm not sure what's in that one. I know when I look at the label, there's a lot of stuff in there. This is literally, like I said, 10 ingredients or less. So you know what you're getting.
Very good.
I'm glad you enjoy it. Perfect. Enjoy it. Have fun. Get me a drink. But there you have it, my friends. Wholesale Club Pasta. with just few ingredients. Like, I'm not used to typically doing that few, but here we go, fewer ingredients. Check out pressurelowcooking.com for all my recipes, because just like this one, many are there. I also am the author of 3 cookbooks, all of them bestsellers. It's kind of insane. The orange one, the blue one, which is lighter, and the yellow one, which actually I don't have in my hands yet because that comes out this April of 2022, but that was gonna be all comfort food. Maybe I should write a 4th book and just focus on fewer ingredients and put this one in there because it belongs in there. I'm so glad that you watched. Check out facebook.com/pressurelowcooking. Give the page a like, thumbs up, whatever, and follow me on the other social channels, YouTube, Instagram, all that fun stuff. I kissed the spoon.